by week 4. Okay, the topic is algebra. Okay, I'm sure you must have learned algebra in your previous classes, right? And you still remember what algebra means. And so, if I give you a question to solve in algebra, you're going to recognize it and you're going to know how to start and what to do. Okay, so this time around, we're going to take more problems on that. Okay, but before I continue, I want to quickly remind you that when it comes to mathematics, we have the number sentence and algebraic word sentences. So, what is this number sentence? It is the normal equation, normal sentence that you see in mathematics, where we have only numbers. Whereas in algebraic sentences, letters are involved. Okay, we have combination of letters and numbers. Okay, so whenever you read a question in mathematics where you have letters are involved and of course numbers, okay, you quickly know that you're solving an algebraic word expression. Okay, so I'll quickly give you an example of what I mean. Of course, all that we have here, they are all algebraic word sentences. Okay, so I'll just give you an example of what we call number sentence. Like what we have here, 5 plus 5 equals 10. Okay, look at this. Do we have any letter here? No. Okay, this is a typical example of number sentences. Okay, it's a number sentence. Okay, so that is that, and that is what algebraic sentence means. Sentences that involve what? Letters. Okay, in mathematics, any sentence, any equation that involve letters, they are all what? Algebraic word sentences. Okay, so before we continue, what we have there, there are signs to remember. When you're solving algebra, these are signs you should be remembering always, okay? This is a minus sign and this is a multiplication sign. What we have here again is a minus sign. Of course, this is an equality sign and plus sign. Now, what does this mean? It means that when you have minus multiplying minus, it will give you what? Plus. It will give you a positive answer, okay? The product of two negative numbers, two negative letters will give you what? Positive number, okay? Now, when you have positive times plus, that is plus times plus, it will give you what? A plus, okay? Now, another one there is this. Minus times plus will give you minus. Plus times minus will give you what? Minus. So either ways, hence minus is involved. Okay, observe it. When they are not the same, minus times plus, minus, plus times minus, minus. Okay, now when we have the same signs, plus, plus, or minus, minus, multiplying, it must give you what? Positive. Can you get it? Okay, so we are going to solve problems ranging from simple algebraic expressions, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, so many. And then having this at the back of your mind, okay, you'll be able to solve, right? Okay, that's why I said signs to remember. Signs to remember. These are signs that you have to have in mind as you're solving your algebra, okay? And so I have the first set of questions here. I call them, we are simplifying algebraic expressions, okay? Look at this, we have q plus 7q plus 4q. Okay, so you know that when solving, when you have just one letter, it's representing 1, right? This is the same as 1q. This is the same as 1s. This is the same as 1a. But you don't write the A, you represent it with that letter. So whenever you see one letter standing, it simply means what? 1. Okay? So here now we have Q. So your counting is as 1. 1 plus what? 7. 1 plus 7 and plus what? 4. Okay? When you add it together, you now put your Q. Or we can still count it this way. Q plus 7q will give you what? 8q. Okay, it's just like adding 1q plus 7q plus 4q. Okay, so like I said, in maths we don't recognize this, we don't put down the 1. Okay, so observe then that what we have here is q, what we have here is s, and what we have here is a. Okay, so here we have q plus 7q, we have 8q, right? Plus 4q. 8 plus 4 will give you what? 12. So you have what? 12q. That's simple, right? Okay, let's continue. Over here we have 4d plus 9d. Sorry, 5d plus 9d. That will be giving you what? 14d minus 4. Okay, so the next step we now have 14d minus 4d. Okay, so you know we have 10 what? D. Is that clear enough? Okay, let's go back to the next one. We have 10s minus 3s. What do you have? 7s. 10 minus 3 will give you what? It will give you 7. So you put that down. Okay, so we have 7s plus s will give us what? 8s. Okay. Over here we have 2b plus 2b. That is what? It's giving us 4b. Okay. Now here we have a plus 2a. Remember I said this is representing 1, right? Okay, here we have a plus 2a is giving us 3a, right? 1 plus 2 will give us 3, right? Okay, so we have 3a plus 3a again. You know, this is your a plus your 3a again. We have what? 6a. Okay, so let's go through them again. You have your q plus 7q is giving us what? 8q plus your 4q, that is 12q, right? Okay, you put that down. Okay, the next one says 5d plus 9d. 5 plus 9 will give us 14, right? So we have 14 minus 4, that will give us 10d. Now here we have 10s minus 3s, that is 7s, right? Plus s, and that is 8s, okay? So 2b plus 2b will give us what? 4b. And a plus 2a is what? 3a. Plus another 3a, we have what? 6a. Okay? So let's come over here. Here we have addition and subtraction of algebra equations. Okay, so s plus 11, you can go right, so you put down your s. Okay, so all we are trying to do is to collect what? Like terms. You collect like terms. Okay, so collecting like terms means that it simply means that if we have another letter here, the letters will come to meet each other at one side, and the numbers will go to meet each other at the other side, okay? So here we have just one letter, so you're putting it down as your S, and you have your equality sign, you have your 30. Now, plus 11 is causing an equality sign. When plus crosses an equality sign, it becomes minus, right? Okay, so when you cross it, it will become what? Minus 11. Can you remember that? Okay, so 30 minus 11 is giving you what? You have your 13, you have your 11. 0 minus 1 cannot be, you grow 1, right? And this remains 2. So you have 10 minus 1, 9. 2 minus 1, 1. So we have 19. S equals what? 19. Okay? Now, over here we have what? S minus 12 equals 8. So we are collecting like terms again. You collect like terms. Okay, so you put on your S. And so the like terms we have here is the numbers, right? Okay, so we have 8. And minus 12 crossing an equality sign becomes plus, right? And this is giving us what? 8 plus 12 will give you what? 20. Okay? So this one again, we collect our like terms. Collect like terms. So when you collect like terms, you put down your letter, right? And you have your 14. This is plus 37. Crossing an equality sign becomes what? Minus. Now 14 minus 37 will give us what? 3. Right? Okay, so I want you to look at them. Is there anyone you don't understand? Okay, so we started by simplifying. From there we started to solve. And okay, over here we have s plus 11. And remember, we've discussed this over and over that when plus sign is crossing an equality sign, it becomes minus, right? Multiplication sign crosses an equality sign to become division, right? Minus sign crosses an equality sign to become what? Plus. Now your division will cross an equality sign to become multiplication, okay? So that's exactly what we did here. Now when a plus sign crosses an equality sign, it becomes minus, right? And that is why we have 30 minus 11, which gave us what? 19. So over here, minus 12 cross an equality sign to give us plus, right? So 8 plus 7, we have 20. So over here, the plus 37 cross equality sign to give us what? Minus 37. Okay, so 40 minus 37 will give us what? 3. Okay, so let's look at multiplication and division of algebra equations. Okay, so I'm giving you 3 examples, right? First one, we have 9x equals 27. Okay, so it's still the same format. It's still the same format. When you have this, you collect what? Like things. You try to put the numbers on one side of the equation and have your letters on the other side of the equation. And by doing that, you're collecting like things, right? And remember to observe what we did in the subtraction and addition. We did that when addition crosses equality sign, it becomes what? Subtraction, and that is minus. Minus crosses equality sign to become plus. So over here now, excuse me, multiplication will cross an equality sign to become what? Division. Division will cross equality sign to become what? Multiplication. Okay. So let's start to solve. Over here we have our s. So now, what are we collecting? We are collecting numbers to one side, right? Okay, so we have our alphabet and we have 27. Now, 9 is multiplying s, right? That is 9 times s. That is what we have here. Now, is multiplying, so crossing an equality sign, we change to division, right? Now, you have your 27 divided by 9, so we have what? 3. That is your answer. So, s equals what? 3. Okay, so over here again, we have our letter, which is s, and we have 5. You know that this is 1 over 2 times s, right? So 1 over 2 now crossing an equality sign is coming to divide 5, right? Which is the same thing we did here. 9 cross to divide 27, right? Okay, so you know when we have this, it will simply be giving us 5. This will change to multiplication, and then, of course, you know now, when you change the division sign to multiplication, it turns upside down, right? And you are left with 2 over 1. So 5 times 2 will be giving us 10 over 1, which is what? 10. Do you understand that? We'll take it again. So we have 1 over 2 and s. And you know that when you have this means that it is multiplying, right? The number and the alphabet. 1 over 2 times s, right? The same thing we have here, 9 times s. And in turn, 9 cross to do or to divide 27. So over here, 1 over 2 will cross the equality sign to divide what? 5. Okay? And now, when you are having a division sign, remember, the next step you have to change it to what? To multiplication. And once you change to multiplication, the fraction following it will turn upside down, right? So that is why we have here 2 over 1. So we are turning this 1 over 2. It will be giving us 2 over 1, right? Okay, so we have 5 times 2 will give us 10, and then we bring over our 1. 10 divided 10 will give you what? 10. Is that clear enough? Okay, let's go back to the next one. Over here we have S over 6 equals 4, right? And then, of course, to bring down your alphabet, now you have your 4. Over here, 6 is divided, right? Crossing an equality sign will do what? We'll change it to what? Multiplication. So we have times 6. That is to say that 4 times 6 will give us what? 4. So our S is 24. Do you understand that? It's simple. Multiplication will cross your equality sign to become what? Division. Division crosses with equality sign to become multiplication. Okay? So that is what we did here, here, and here. Okay, so you know 9 times S is giving us 27. So when we have only S, 9 will cross this to become division, right? So that is why we are having 27 over 9. You know 9 times 3 is 27, right? Over here we have 1 over 2 times S. Now when we are having only S here, that's when we're collecting our like terms. Okay? So you have the letter at one side and the numbers will go to meet each other. 1 over 2 is multiplying here. Crossing equality sign, it will become what? Division. Okay, here we have S over 6 equals 4. You have your S. 6 going to meet 4 here will be giving us what? Multiplication. That is why we have 4 times 6 equals 24. Okay, having understood that, let's solve this. Okay, here now you observe that we are having what we call mixed equation. Okay, mixed equation means that we are having subtraction, addition, and by multiplication as well. Okay, let us solve. Okay, so you know the first step we are collecting like terms. That is the first step. Collect like terms. Okay, so you collect your like terms. So you have 5s, bring your equality sign. You have 21 plus 6 will cross an the equality sign to give us minus 6, right? So we have 5s. 21 minus 6 will be giving us 15. Am I correct? 21 minus 6 will be giving us 15. Okay, so at this point, you divide both sides with 5. You divide both sides with 5, or you simply say S equals this 15. 5 times S is what we have there, right? When 5, we are collecting like terms now. When 5 is crossing the equality sign, it will change from multiplication to what? Division. Very good. Now we have the 5 here 1, 5 here 3. So your answer will give you what? 3. Okay? So the next one here we have, you can see this, right? Okay. So the next one here we have 4b minus 2 equals what? 26. Let's write it down. So we have your 26, okay? So we are collecting like terms, collect like terms. Alright, so we have our 4b, you have your equality sign, you have 26. Now minus 2 crossing an equality sign will be giving us plus 2, right? So we have 4b, 26 plus 2 will give us 28, right? Okay, so at this point now you have your b. So, and this is 4 times b. Can you remember? So when 4 will be crossing an equality sign, it will be multiplying again. Rather, it will do what? It will divide. Okay, 4 here 1, 4 here 7. So your answer is what? 7. Is that clear? So let's look at the next one. First, we are collecting like terms again. That's step number 1. Collect like terms. Okay. If you take these steps, you'll be able to solve it correctly, and it's easier for you, so you don't need to stress yourself solving this way without collecting like terms. So rule number 1, collect your like terms, okay? So now we put down our 5. Now observe the like terms here. This is the first time we are having more than one letters, right? Okay, so the letters, you pick them, and then the numbers, you take them over to one side of the equation, and then you solve, right? Okay, so here we have 5a minus 2a. You have your equality sign. Okay, now minus 3 crossing an equality sign becomes plus 3. Plus 3 is 3, right? Now minus 12 crossing an equality sign becomes what? Plus 12. Then of course you have your 0. Okay? So here we have 5 minus 2a will give us 3a. Now 3 plus 12 will give us 15. 15 plus 0 is 15, right? Okay, so we put down our a. Now we have 15. 3 times a is what we have here, right? You know, when you have this, it means 3 times a. You have 5b. It means what? 5 times b. You have what? 4q. It means what? 4 times q. So whenever you meet them, you should be able to understand what we mean, right? So here we have our 3a. Now when 3 is crossing an equality sign, because it is a multiplication, now when it crosses an equality sign, it becomes division, right? Okay, that's what we have here, 3. Now 3 here, 1, 3 here, 5. Okay, so we have a equals what? 5. Now I want you to look at them again. Look at them again. Any confusion? I believe it's clear enough. Okay, we'll be able to show you how you can solve equations like this where you have mixed equations. Okay, so remember rule number 1, you collect the like terms, right? Okay, so we have there 5x plus 6 equals 21. Now when you collect your like terms, 5x will be here. The letters one way, the other way you have your numbers, right? No, that's how we do it. Okay, so we have our 5x. Now your 21 plus 6 crossing an equality sign becomes minus, right? Okay, so we have 5x. 21 minus 6 will give us 16. Sorry, 15, right? Okay, so now when 5 is going over to meet 15, because it is multiplying, crossing an equality sign is going to do what? Divide. Now we have 15 divided by 5 will give us what? 3. Now the next one we have 4b minus 2 equals 26. Okay, you collect your like terms, you have your 4b, and then the other way you have 26. Minus 2 crossing over will give us plus 2, right? 26 plus 2 will give us 28. If you give us 28, so now we have 4b equals 28. Okay, like I've explained here, when you have 4b, it means what? 4 times b. Now you have your b, 4 cross an equality sign will divide, okay? Now 28 divided by 4 will give us 7. Now the next one says 5a minus 2a minus 3 minus 12 equals what? 0. Now you collect your like terms, right? Collecting like terms, we have the letters on one part, we have 5a, we have 2a. Now on the other side, we have our numbers. Minus 3 cross an equality sign to give you what? Plus 3. Minus 12 cross an equality sign to give us plus 12. And of course, we already had our 0, right? Okay, so we have 5a minus 2a will give us 3a. 3 plus 12 plus 0 will give us what? 15. Now when we have a, 3 will cross an equality sign to do what? To divide 15. And that is how we got our 5, okay? Okay, so this is the homework. You do this for me. And, okay, so we did this addition and subtraction, remember? And then our multiplication and division, the mixed equations. Okay, I added this to this, so I want to solve one to give you an example on how to solve it. Okay, so I'll be solving the last one. Okay, so you look up and see how we do it. Okay, so we are collecting like terms first. Collect like terms. Okay, so we have 8 over 9s equals 41 plus 23. Okay, 8 over 9s. Now here we have this plus this. 1 plus 3 will give us 4. 4 plus 2 give us 64. Now we have s. We have 64. Now this is multiplying this. So personally, equality sign, it will divide it, right? So we have 8 over 9. S equals 64 times 9 over 8. Are you following? So here we have 8 here 1, 8 here 8. So we have 8 times 9. That will be giving us what? 72. Okay? So you do this. You do this and then you submit, okay? Thank you.